This van crossed an entire county, but the driver was still not ready to stop. Ahead of him was the Pacific Ocean, behind him were police officers, and between the two was one of California's busiest tourist attractions, the Santa Monica Pier. On March 26, 2025, more than 30 miles away in Simi Valley, police received a report about a stolen white work van near Tapo Canyon Road and Alamo Street. The vehicle belonged to an appliance heating and air conditioning company. This vehicle was filled with tools and equipment used by workers. An automatic license plate reader detected it, and officers soon located the van. They attempted to make a stop, but the driver continued moving. He accelerated onto the 118 freeway and headed east. He moved toward Los Angeles. Inside the van was a man later identified as 21-year-old Alex Villegas. Rush hour was already building, but the traffic did not slow him down. The van traveled above 80 to 100 miles per hour. This was not a sports car. It was a large commercial van with a high roof and a heavy body. But the driver forced it between vehicles. He changed lanes without warning, and he used every opening he could find. The driver moved onto the 405 freeway in the San Fernando Valley and headed south toward West Los Angeles. The freeway was filled with evening traffic. Most of them had no idea that a stolen van was approaching from behind. The suspect kept on going. He moved left, then right. He squeezed between cars that were only a few feet apart. At that speed, one mistake could have caused a chain reaction crash across several lanes, but the van kept moving. Police units followed while the helicopter tracked the vehicle from above. Mile after mile, the driver continued south. Then he left the freeway. The chase entered Santa Monica. Then the entire situation changed. Now on city streets, the danger was everywhere. There were traffic lights, parked cars, cyclists, and pedestrians. Every intersection brought cross-traffic. The van moved through the streets near the 3rd Street Promenade. The driver ignored red lights, he crossed onto the wrong side of the road, he squeezed between cars and forced other motorists to brake or move aside. Then, the van sideswiped a vehicle. The impact did not stop him. A short distance later, a pedestrian stepped into the roadway. The van came close, dangerously. For a moment, it appeared that the person might be struck, but the pedestrian moved away just in time, and the driver continued towards Ocean Avenue. By now, the chase was approaching the heart of Santa Monica. Tourists were walking near shops, hotels, and the beach, and cars moved through crowded streets. The Santa Monica Pier was only minutes away. On Ocean Avenue, the van struck another vehicle and scraped. Still, the driver kept going. He circled through the city, and he tried to find another route. But Santa Monica was becoming a trap. To the west was the ocean. Behind him were police officers. Ahead were crowded streets with fewer places to escape. Then came the final crash. Near the pier, the van rear-ended a car. This time, the suspect could not drive away. The van stopped. The door opened. Villegas jumped out and started running. The vehicle chase had ended, but the pursuit was not over. He ran through the busy area near the 3rd Street Promenade and headed towards the Santa Monica Pier. Officers left their vehicles and chased him on foot. People nearby pulled out their phones, some watched from the pavement, others filmed as the suspect continued towards the entrance of the pier. For a few seconds, it seemed as though he might run into the crowds or continue onto the pier itself. But then he slowed down. At the entrance to the pier, with officers closing in, he finally stopped. He raised his hands and surrendered. 2 officers placed him in handcuffs, and he kept smiling as he was taken into custody. The chase was over. Police booked Villegas on suspicion of possessing a stolen vehicle, felony evading, and 2 counts of hit and run. Amazingly, no one was injured.